What's going on, guys? I want to do something a little bit different. I did a video already talking about Riese. Quinn and I filmed a podcast, but I just kind of wanted to do a little walk and talk around here, show you guys the real life Riese. So we obviously have the fly trap right here, but I just wanted to just give you guys a sense of what this facility is actually like by walking around it right now. So as we move through Riese, we start off in what it's kind of just a secluded random area. I mean, there's a little gate and a sign, a dirt road, but we walk over here not really knowing what to expect, and we find all of this trailer up here, a little radar, something of that nature. I don't really know. Then we come this way, we get a sense of what is kind of going on in different parts of Project Riese. You got to understand, so there's 7 different facilities. This is just one of them. We chose this one because obviously the fly trap, but as you come along, you go through here, you can see actually one of the like the Stiga hand grenades like we see in game. And then you come here and well, you have the fly trap. Before we get to the fly trap, let me show you this. This is, I guess, what Project Riese or this area originally looked like. I mean, this feels not too dissimilar from our Riese we see in game. Let's actually go to the fly trap right now to give you a sense of what this place was actually like. So we come over here, and this is it. I can't read any of that. Maybe some of you can, and you could figure out what that says. Somebody who speaks Polish, please do tell me. This is it. This would be the power box where we would shoot the Easter egg, and it would start. This is the henge. This is reportedly where I guess Samantha's toys would come out of, and this is also, according to legend, where the bell actually stood. So it stood in the middle of this area right here, and then there were chains that spun around the entire area and held it in place, something absurd like that, and it would float in the air. It was an anti-gravity device, something like that, I suppose. As we walk through here, I'll show you guys what the actual caves are like, which to me is one of the coolest parts about it. So we go this way into, so you have like these tanks over here. If we're being honest, I mean, we're here for zombies. I'm not all that interested in the caves, and I mean, I'm not all that interested in like the guns, but you do see there are some abandoned and torn down buildings up there in the mountains. Stuff happened here, and it's unfortunately not here anymore. This was the coolest part over here. As we entered Riese, you could explore some of these caves. So you could come here, and there are different tracks, and the carts would run through. And I mean, we see some of these tracks and carts in game. Let's actually look over here. I never looked in this part of the area. I almost want to call it the map, say like this part of the map. What's behind these curtains? I'm actually kind of interested now. Not much, really, just a picture and a boarded up pathway, but the carts would run along here and into these facilities where maybe they were doing some kind of mining. If we continue on our way, we'll enter, we'll enter this part of the Riese, the actual underground cave facility type place. Let's put the flash on. Oh, we can't. But yeah, so you have like caves down here that stretch on. Oh, the door is shutting itself. That's spooky. I mean, this is what I guess some of the work that went on here looked like. Which is pretty neat. I mean, they have some figures and whatnot set up, mannequins to kind of show you what it looked like or how this place would have worked or functioned. Quinn insists that they play up the zombie aspect of it, but I disagree. And this is, I guess, a picture of Riese in its prime. As we continue on this way into the facility, you'll see they start to show you some of the things that reportedly went on here, such as Die Glock. And if you'd like to read this for yourself, I'll show it right here. The most interesting part to me is Zerum 525, unknown substance that powered Die Glock. And then we also have this thing right here, the Hanub 3. This is interesting. It says it was flown it was operated several times, but I mean, I don't know. I've never heard anything like this. I don't believe it's real, but they claim it was, or at least reportedly. They also have this reported Nazi craft right here. If you'd like to read about it, pause it right there. And we continue on to other sort of weapons of the Nazi era that they tried to create. Their wonder weapons, their special aircrafts. And the caves just continue. And this is honestly where it almost starts to get a little bit spooky as you explore around here, not knowing will there be zombies around the corners. We can go up there, we can go down into these caves right here. We'll explore them in a minute, but I'll show you this part of the cave right here. So it goes on into just a blank door, nothing really. Reportedly, these caves went on for miles and miles, and they say that within these caves, some of them are unexplored, some of them are unfound, and some of the greatest secrets of the Nazis and the Third Reich are in them. Some of their treasures, possibly the bell, who knows? It's all conspiracy theory, if you ask me, a little bit of nonsense, but interesting nonetheless. And it's all this, it's areas like this that Jason Blundell really, well, not Jason Blundell, but the people who wrote the original zombie storyline. I mean, Jason had a hand in it. He did work on Riese, that they really crafted the zombie storyline. I mean, there are caves in Riese. Like, this doesn't look like the actual Riese. A lot of it's gone now, but there are caves in Riese like this that the zombies spawn from. This is where it originally came from. This is just a view of the outside. But let's go down this cave a little. We're not going to take you all the way down just because, but it's really just a dead end. But just to give you a sense of what this is like walking down this cave, I mean, eventually you get so far down into some of these caves that you need a flashlight to see. I mean, they have lights powering it so you can kind of walk around, but it's dark and your voice echoes and it carries, and it's creepy. Definitely feel like you could see yourself running from a horde of zombies in here. Don't trip and fall on the water. That's what I'd say if you find yourself in that situation. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I know a lot of you would love to continue seeing it, but there really isn't much to see. It's just dark, abandoned caves. And these dark, abandoned caves right now are all that's left of the real-life Riese. The buildings, the factories, a lot of them are just rumbles and ruins and torn down, I guess. I don't know. All of the documents that could have said what this place was or what Project Riese was is gone, and now we just have this to explore. But it's really awesome. Of all the places we've visited on this tour from the zombie storyline, this might be the coolest of them all, and the most that felt like this is where the zombie storyline got its inspiration. This is where everything has started. So we're back outside now at the henge. Just give you guys one final look, because this is, to me, the best part about it. Seeing this, the structure that started the zombie storyline.